Hello again, everybody! Zack Attack is here with the Atakline for Wednesday, January the 23rd, 2013. Alright, let's kick it off with Billboard number ones. Yes, we have new number one album and a new number one single, and they're both rookie rappers. Of course, Billboard is all new logo, new site, new magazine. But we have new number ones to go along with it. First, we have a new number one album. Yes, like I said, rookie rappers debuting with their debut efforts. First with his debut album, Long Live A$AP Rocky. Yes, A$AP Rocky debuts at number one this week, kicking off Chris Kirkle. In other country releases next week, Gary Allen and Whitney House set the debut, but we'll see if they have an impact. And after about 4 or 5 weeks, yes, Bruno Mars finally gets kicked off with Locked Out of Heaven with your first new number one single of 2013. Another rookie rapper with his first effort, Macklemore with Ryan Lewis, of course. Thrift Shop goes to number one. It's been number two last week, now goes to number one. Although Thrift Shop, yes, is number one, Justin Timberlake's making an impact. Last week he debuted at number 84 with late airplay from his new single, Suit and Tie. Thanks to digital sales, though, it goes up to number 4 this week. So there you go, JT in top 5, but new number one album, new number one single. Chris Kirkle getting kicked off by A$AP Rocky, and Bruno Mars getting kicked off by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, first new number one single of 2013. Now, speaking of people that dominated the Billboard charts in the last couple of years, got some news on Adele. Now, Adele, of course, appeared at the Golden Globes a couple of weeks back to accept the award for Best Song from a Movie for Skyfall, making her first public appearance since the birth of her baby. And rumors have been flying about her possibly making an appearance at the Oscars since he's nominated. Well, today, the Oscars and Adele all confirmed that yes, Adele will be performing at the Oscars on Sunday, February 24th, the day after my brother's birthday. And there will be a big night. Big night that night for Adele. Nominated for the Oscars. She'll probably win it. She wins everything. She won Grammys. She won the Golden Globe. Now she'll probably win the Oscar, but she'll be there live to perform it. Hosted by Seth MacFarlane. Of course, the ceremony, Sunday, February 24th at 8:30 or so on ABC. So there you go. Adele to be confirmed at the Oscars. Now, on with a woman who's about to be on The Voice soon as a new judge. Hopefully she'll lose some of that baby weight by then. Shakira announced today, over the week, that she gave birth to a baby boy with her boyfriend, Barcelona soccer star Gerard Piqué. I can't remember that name. A baby boy named Milan Piqué, whatever his new name is, Mebarak. So baby boy Milan was born yesterday at 9:36 in Barcelona time and weighed 6 pounds and 6 ounces. 6'6". The announcement, which also said that mother and child are in excellent health, also added insight to the choice of name. The name Milan means dear, loving, and gracious in Slavic, in ancient Roman, eager and laborious, and in Sanskrit, unification, the statement continued, that Shakira released. Just like his father, baby Milan will become a member of FC Barcelona at birth, because it's a boy. The baby news was delivered just hours after Shakira hinted that her delivery was imminent. According to several reports, she delivered via cesarean section, which is scheduled to take place on the 22nd in a array of 9 birthdays. Shakira and her boyfriend were both born on February 2nd, so the baby's birthday would be right before the parents' birthday. So there you go, Shakira giving birth to a baby boy. Congrats to Shakira on being a new mom. Of course, she'll be on The Voice. She'll be probably losing the baby weight, like I said, by then. Now, on with news on an establishment that Shakira may not be in, ever. Adele maybe, but you never know. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Of course, as we all know, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony will be in LA this year at Nokia Live. Of course, we all know the inductees. Hart, Albert King, Randy Newman, Public Enemy, Rush, and Donna Summer. As well as Lou Adler and Quincy Jones, both receiving the Ahmet Ergen Award for Lifetime Achievement. Now, besides announcing today the ticket information for the event, which will take place on April 18th, they announced some of the special guests honoring the inductees. John Mayer and Gary Clark Jr. will perform a tribute to Albert King. John Mayer will be inducting King as well as performing. Don Henley, of course, inductee from the Eagles, will induct Randy Newman. Christina Aguilera and Jennifer Hudson will perform in tribute to Donna Summer, who also died as well as Albert King. While Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters will be inducting Rush. When it comes to inductees and performers for Heart, Public Enemy, and Lou Christy Jones, when it comes to inductees and performers, those will be announced at a later date. I think Heart's performing. I know Rush will be performing. Definitely Public Enemy performing. So probably find out more special guests and inductors in the next couple of weeks. Of course, as we all know, the ceremony will be airing on HBO on Saturday, May 18th at 9. I loved that it was on HBO last year because I like it being uncensored and with no commercials. I like it being on Fusion stuff and being classic throughout the years, but having it on HBO is great. Since HBO, of course, aired the concert, 25th anniversary concerts a few years back, now I get the rights to the induction ceremony. So it'll be great to see it on HBO again for the second year in a row. So there you go. Rock Hall announces the initial guests to honor the inductees of this year's class of 2013. Now with some touring news, which involves tours and some cases festivals, starting with NKOTB, New Kids on the Block. Now I saw them. I'm not gay or anything. I like all music. You know, I like Prince Madonna and all that, but I like the boy band stuff. It's cool. You know. I saw NKOTB SB 2 years ago, and they've been touring with that for the last couple of years. But now New Kids are going back on the road, this time headlining a tour alone. They're having their own set, but they got special guests on this tour. They're on this tour, The Package, as they announced yesterday on The View. Touring with them is 98 Degrees, going on the first tour in 10 years, reunited, and it feels so good. Also touring with them both, Boyz II Men will join them. Of course, Boyz II Men will be in Vegas, but of course they put some dates in for this tour, which will kick off in May, and also stop in Detroit, of course, June 8th at the Palace, same time as Metallica's Orion Festival when it's here. So there you go, NKOTB. Back on the road with 98 Degrees on the tour for the first time ever in 10 years. Their first tour, and also joining NKOTB and 98 Degrees, Boyz II Men, the package tour. Tickets for select dates start on February 2nd. And I'm saying tickets start at 30. But Jovi starts at 20 for their tour. So there you go. Now, on with festival news. Now, 2 festivals were announced today. A new festival and an old festival announcing their 2013 lineup. First, the old festival. Walk on the Range in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, announced their 2013 schedule lineup, and boy oh boy, the headliners are all 90s groups that are still relevant. We got Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, who I saw open up for Kid Rock, Smashing Pumpkins, and Korn, big headliners, along with other bands. I'll just name them. Some of them get Bush, Stone Sour, 3 Days Grace, who I also saw in concert, Papa Roach, Cheap Trick, saw them. Buck Cherry, saw them. Skillet, Lamb of God, Bullet for My Valentine, A Day to Remember, Hailstorm, Hollywood Undead, Pop Evil, Seven Dust, Steel Panther, Black Veil Brides, among many, many others on this lineup from May 17th to the 19th at Columbus, Ohio. Tickets on sale soon for 3-day passes and camping stuff and all that. So there you go. The lineup for Walk on the Range announced, as well as a brand new festival taking place in Hunter Mountain, New York. New York City? A country festival in New York? That's weird, but New York's a big country town. New York did host the CMAs once, but the Taste of Country Music Festival, new festival, will take place June 13th to the 15th. It'll feature a wide variety of lineup of many big country stars, new and old, including Billy Currington, Montgomery Gentry, Justin Moore, Blackberry Smoke, Joe Nichols, Gloriana, Dustin Lynch, Trace Atkins, Hunter Hayes, Willie Nelson, and Lady Antebellum. Of course, Lady A, got some news on them in a moment, but it's a decent lineup. You got Willie Nelson, legend. Of course, they're going to say more acts are yet to be announced for this festival. But definitely big lineup. It's the week after CMA Fest, and Lady A will be in Detroit that week on the think the 12th or the 13th, so they probably won't be at this festival on the 13th, probably a couple days later, because they're going to be in Detroit at Freedom Hill, opening it up again. So there you go. Line up for the Taste of Country Festival coming up in June. And of course, I mentioned Lady A's on the lineup. Lady A is announced yesterday, released their new single. Yes, the first new single from their new album. Yet to be titled, but they announced it today. Released it yesterday, actually, called Downtown. No, it's not up for 2 o'clock cover. Although they had this funny little teaser video about it with the CEO of Universal, since EMI, their regular record label, got bought out by Universal, calling Lady A in this funny skit, saying, "We want the new single." And Dave answered his phone in this promo, and he's like, "I'll mail it to you," and it was Downtown by 2 o'clock. But we did hear the Downtown by Lady A today. And it's a good bouncy record. Better than the last two singles from the album, Own the Night. Better than Dancing Away My Heart, and way, way better than the last single, Wanted You More. There's a little catchy song about remembering the times you used to go downtown when you were young and wild, basically. So, good bouncy summery record. It's released in wintertime. Makes you think about brighter days ahead since it's almost springtime. So there you go. Downtown, a new single from Lady A. It's on radio right now. It'll come out on iTunes Tuesday, February 5th. And also next week, Lady A will be on Jay Leno and The Talk on CBS to promote it and sing it. And also, they're also going to shoot a CMT Crossroads with another person I saw in concert, Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac. And it's kind of ironic because I said Lady A was going to be in Detroit, where I'm living in Michigan area. That Lady A is going to be in Detroit the day after the Fleetwood Mac concert at the Joe Louis Arena. So who knows? Maybe Lady A will make a guest appearance at the Fleetwood Mac concert. So there you go. Lady A going to be in this Taste of Country Festival, one of a few dates they're doing since, of course, Hillary's expecting her baby. They're not doing as many tour dates this year because of the baby. But they're like one-offs, like the Freedom Hill show and the festival shows. And releasing a new single, Downtown. And a new album coming soon, promoting it next week on The Talk and Jay Leno. Doing a crossroads with Stevie Nicks, air date and stuff to be announced. And of course, the single Downtown on iTunes Tuesday, February 5th. Now, on with news on the Royal Rumble. Yes, Royal Rumble's this Sunday. And they announced, WWE.com announced today that the pre-show matchup is announced for the YouTube show. A match that I knew was going to be added to the Rumble card, but I didn't expect the pre-show. Why the pre-show? I don't know. Well, it was the pre-show of the Royal Rumble where Antonio Cesaro won the U.S. title. The U.S. title has always been the pre-show of various pay-per-view shows, like a Battle Royal to determine number one contender for the U.S. title. But now the Royal Rumble pre-show on YouTube will be The Miz taking on Antonio Cesaro for the U.S. title. Was announced today by WWE. And like I said in my Raw review, I knew that match was going to be made for the Rumble, but I didn't expect it to be the pregame. So there you go. Miz and Cesaro, I think they're both going to be in the Rumble. So maybe that's why they want them to be on the pre-show, because they're both going to be in the Rumble, as we saw them in the Beat the Clock Challenge this week on Raw. So they probably want them on the pre-show, so they have enough time to rest up for the Rumble instead of fighting on the pay-per-view and only having a limited time of rest before the Rumble match. That's why I think they'll the pre-game match instead of on the pay-per-view, because they want them to rest up as much as they want for the Rumble match, because they're both in it. So there you go. Miz and Cesaro be the pre-game match for the Royal Rumble. I'm hearing Zack Ryder's performing his single Hosky. I like it. I saw the video. So he'll be performing that before the show. I don't know if it's going to be on the YouTube show or not, but probably will. Now, on with my last thing in this video. Modern Family. Yes, last week, Gloria gave birth last week to a baby boy on the birthday episode of the show when they'll try and surprise Manny. And a lot of surprises happened. Manny surprised everyone by giving his first kiss to his new girlfriend. Haley going out with somebody, but ended up not. This older, the pants guy, I like the pants things he was saying. That was kind of funny. It was a great episode last week. And we'll see what happens this week on Modern, the week after Gloria's birth of a new baby boy. We don't know the name of it. They'll probably reveal that soon enough. But that is Modern Family tonight at 9 on ABC. I know there won't be no new episode next week. So there you go. That is it. Atakline for today. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the news from Zach. See you later, everybody. Have a good night. Yeah.